This ain't just any Show Us Your Brew. This is tea in Valhalla. Show us your brew.
Oh yeah.
Hello,
Hi,
this is Ceri
and this is Kat.
and we are Tea in Valhalla.
So just doing our doorstep walk again this morning, but we're going to take this opportunity to show you our brew.
Oh yeah.
Jiffy, the Wild Camping Welshman, recently started this initiative where you get to sort of show your brew and take a minute to talk about mental health and
Community?
Yeah, the community, and just generally not being afraid to sort of talk and reach out to people.
So we're going to turn off now and hopefully find somewhere to show you our brew. There is a tractor coming. And hopefully have a few minutes to talk about some of the little things I do to help myself feel a little bit less anxious. Oh, there is a tractor coming, hang on.
Nice looking log over there. Might be a good place for a brew.
Oh, interesting. This could be a plucking area. We think this might be a plucking post actually. It's where birds of prey tend to take their either carrion or live birds, kill them, pluck them.
The all important.
We're using the MSR wind burner.
A weapon of choice.
We've had a few different stoves, but this one's particularly good. Rapid, isn't it? Rapid.
It is rapid.
And obviously safe for the woods.
God, these feet are a nightmare, aren't they? Does anyone else have any problems getting their feet on? Oh, hello. Just let that do its thing a minute. So firstly, thank you for the recent tags in some videos by some fellow YouTubers. So we've got the Woodside Walker, Dave Outdoors, and I think there was one other.
Height of life?
Oh, the Height of Life. Yes, thank you. Sorry. My brain is notoriously slow to get going in the mornings.
Yeah.
But also there's been some other great YouTubers taking part in this challenge, and it's really nice to see people getting out and embracing it. So Take a Hike, Walks with Ollie, and Wild Astro have all recently done videos with the Show Us Your Brew hashtag in, and we're really grateful to have the chance to come out and take you into our woods this morning.
Yeah, and be part of the awareness for connection, good mental health, and obviously being able to speak, talking about it.
Yeah, just being able to stop and talk and just be part of a community that's not afraid to reach out.
Yeah.
So if you are feeling a bit down, a bit blue, which is perfectly fine and okay to feel, but just know that you can talk to somebody about it, and know that, you know, drop somebody an Insta message or a text or a phone call to somebody, family or friends, whoever it might be, just don't be afraid to just start that conversation, isn't it? They always say, don't they, to ask somebody how you are, how you doing today, but always ask twice. So the first answer
It's normally a lie.
is normally a falsified answer, yeah. But if you ask again, you might find yourself getting a different response and actually opening that conversation and starting to sort of open up a bit more.
So, 2 cups. These are thermal cups, of course. Life Venture thermal mugs to keep everything good. I have a Twinings tea bag because I is posh. And Ceri has 2, I think these are PG tips. And he always has 2 bags in his. And he never takes his out. It's disgusting. He calls it a builder's tea, because Ceri used to be a builder. So he likes to have it disgustingly strong. And it honestly smells like iron by the time he drinks it. It's the most foul thing I've ever seen. So this part is always my part. I have to make the physical tea, because Ceri panics.
I'm a spiller.
He's a spiller.
I'm a natural born spiller. I did bring a spoon.
This is our travel spoon that we stole many moons ago, and we take it everywhere with us. It's like a really
We call it a
cruddy old spoon.
we call it adventure spoon.
Adventure spoon, that's it.
And when we get it out of the drawer, we know we're heading off on an adventure. And
but the actual thing, the reason for it is it fitted into this funny little thing that we always keep our tea bags in. Always boiling. Ooh, panicking. Right, let's turn her off. Oops.
unfortunately, I put the lid on wrong.
I put the lid on the wrong side, but never mind, doesn't matter. I'll just take it off for now. This does have a pouring thing. It's just Ceri nosed it up.
A lot of people will tell you that a good cup of tea, a proper cup of tea, you don't squeeze the tea bag. You let it stand, you let it brew. And we're in no rush today, so we're going to do the same.
No, I'm not.
Hold on. Breaking news.
I don't know what you're talking about, because I always do it. You ain't the boss of me.
You can squeeze yours.
I don't squeeze yours ever. I don't touch his because then he cries. Anyway, so the weird thing that happens now is although Ceri does already have 2 tea bags in his cup, I then squeegee mine and I put mine into his. So he's now 3 tea bags. He's 3 tea bags high. I know what you're thinking. That's foul, and it is. So, you'd be right. And then milk. Now, when Ceri was a kid, he was unfortunately poisoned by one of his family members. They gave him old milk and it made him very sick. So he cannot bear milk, but he needs a little bit of milk in this. So he literally just has a snoogle. That's all, snoogle. That is it, no more than that. And I go mad with it. I have it that colour, look at that. Oh yeah, that's glorious. So some of you may or may not know, I've lived with quite severe anxiety for many years, but I used to be agoraphobic. Obviously I've had a lot of good therapies and stuff now, and I just manage it. There's days that I don't manage it, but most of the time I manage it. And there's a few ways I do that. Obviously people with anxiety of any kind, especially social anxiety, tend to future think all the time. They're always thinking in the future, and this makes everything a catastrophe because none of the things you think are normally anything good. And they always tell you to live in the moment, live in the moment. And that's a really hard concept to take on. How the hell do you live in the moment? A couple of things I do, this is aside from having proper therapy and seeing your GP and taking medications if you need them, is I have these, which are field guides. And I absolutely love them. They're my everything. Sorry, Ceri. And this is because it forces you to be in the moment. You're learning as well, so it builds self-esteem. And I feel like anxiety sort of strips you from having your self-esteem and self-belief. And this sort of thing, learning as well as being in the moment, seems to replace that, it seems to put that back. So when you're really studying something hard and you're looking at a certain flower and trying to figure out what it is and looking at the petals, looking at small things, you are there in the moment. You can't possibly think of the future, and that really does help me, especially if I'm alone and I start to feel a bit, I've been feeling okay, so there must be something wrong. That's something I do. That's something I absolutely love. And I've got loads of these Collins guides. You can get them on eBay. I've had loads bought for me. Ceri's bought me some, my parents have bought me some. But you can also get them for good prices. Oh, I've also found them in charity shops. I don't know if charity shops are open at the moment, but later on perhaps you'll find quite a few of these. And another thing I really love to do is I love to know where I'm going and what I'll see when I get there. So I have a lot of these sort of books. And these are guides to certain walks and things. Obviously I'll adapt these, but I really love them because they'll tell me what's coming up and that gives me a focus. So if I'm feeling a little bit anxious and I think, well, this is a long walk, or I think, oh, I feel a little bit trapped, which again, another thing that people with social anxieties will feel, trapped, even though they're outdoors and enjoying themselves. They'll think, oh, you know, how would I get away if I felt funny or if I'm with other people? And one good way is having a focus. So you think to yourself, oh, blimey, I'm going to be seeing something really cool in a minute, and I know that, and it's an X amount of miles. That's a really nice way of having a focus, because therapists will always tell you to have focus, but it's again a very difficult concept to understand, and this is the way I've understood it, and it's what's worked for me. There's two little things that's worked for me quite well, and another thing is obviously relaxation, and I'm starting to try yoga now.
So something I struggle with personally, and I haven't really discussed or shared with anyone for a long time, is self-confidence. My entire life I've always struggled with sort of fitting in or feeling that I can do things, and I think since getting out with Kat especially and starting to enjoy the outdoors, taking on, you know, walks local or further afield has really helped build my confidence and help me feel a lot more happier in myself as well. And just when you're out as well, when you walk in these walks, everyone's so lovely. You see somebody out on a trail and you say hello and you stop and have a question and a chit chat about where you're going, what you're doing, who you've seen, you know, that kind of stuff. The number of times we've bumped into complete strangers on walks and just engaged in conversation, and then before you know it, you feel like, yeah, you know them for forever. It's really special as well. That's quite nice. So back in, I think 2016, the first time we really started to push on with our walking and do more than, you know, local walks or camping holidays and things, which are great and things we still love doing today. But we took on some national challenges, National Three Peaks, Yorkshire Three Peaks and the Welsh Three Peaks. And I can't tell you the confidence that gave me, the nerves involved in doing those challenges and all the training and hard work that went into them as well, the people we met along the way and the friendships forged. It's really fantastic and has helped shape me into the person that's sat here today talking to you guys, really. And I'd recommend pushing boundaries, getting out there, pushing outside of your comfort zone and tackling something that maybe you never would have thought possible previously.
So don't be alarmed. What you're looking at is Ceri tea, effectively tea in Valhalla tea. This is my tea, how I like it.
So this is normal tea, normal person tea, and this disgusting glute.
It's my tea.
It's a freaky deaky tea.
The tea bags stay in as well. They stay in to the very end. And some of my closest friends will probably be able to tell you once upon a time I engaged in some tea bag sucking.
But honestly, yeah, when we used to play Football Manager and video games like way back in the early 90s and stuff.
Keep yourself awake?
I don't know, it was a bit of keep awake, or sometimes as well when we were in a tough game. Yeah, I'd have a bit of a suck on a tea bag.
Game?
Yeah, good times. Bingo bango.
Kling clong. Kling clong.
Kling clong.
So I would like to tag Anthony Johnson, Lou and Lou's Travels, and Another Day, Another Walk. Show us your brew.
And I'd like to tag Alan Metalman up in the Lake District, Rambling Rachel, and TJ Outdoors. Show us your brew.
And yeah, we've got 6.
Spilling yours.
Oh, and yeah, we've got 6 because we think 3 each because, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Please follow your own advice, isn't it? And actually make the time to do it.
Yeah, think to yourself, always treat yourself like you would others. So if you're very kind to others, why not being a little bit kind to yourself? Taking a few minutes, allowing yourself to just to enjoy a cup of tea with some nail varnish. I made him do that. I painted them last night.
I have no qualms.
No, he didn't care at all. always, guys, whenever you do anything like this, please leave absolutely no trace. It's the right and good and right thing to do. Oh, that's really slippery.
Yes, we're just going to carry on now and just do a little bit of a walk, really.
Yes, we're going to do something we did quite a lot during the first lockdown.
Yep.
This is our sort of normal walk that we would do, just because it takes in a lot of nice little things. We like it, and it's obviously straight from our door.
So I'm sure everyone's finding this issue at the moment. Muddy footpath.
Oh God, absolutely. The paths are terrible around here at the moment.
It's an absolute quagmire.
It is. It's about very delicately picking your way through sludge.
Whilst trying not to end up on your bum.
Well, I think it's also because there's been a lot of vehicles driving around. I don't know if it's because it's shooting season. Do you think that's why?
Yeah, well, I think there's just a lot more people getting out.
That's true.
Taking advantage of local walks.
Yeah, very true. So it sort of churns things up. Not a bad thing, obviously. It's good for people to be getting out. So these are one of the things I would use that field guide for. This is wood spurge, and it is a favourite of a lot of moths, and actually the very rare drag looper uses this. In fact, it's essential for it, can't live without it. One thing about these though, the sap is actually quite toxic, and it will burn your skin, so be careful. Wood spurge as well, actually, it is a indicator of an ancient wood. So it's one of the indicator species. See, look at that. There's a weird mound there. I've always always wondered about it. You just see that? There's like a mound. I know absolutely nothing about it. I'm presuming it's an old wall underneath, but I don't actually know. And I can't find on the survey map, can't find anything out about it either. Ooh. Oh my good God, have a look at this business. Look at this business. What is it thinking? Oh no, lost a foot. What's he carried it? I'll fight you if I have to.
So we're not far off getting home now. We just follow this track back down, takes us into our village, and
Follow the road.
Follow the roads, yeah. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you found that useful, helpful. Yeah, and hopefully, you know, it'll get paid forward and be picked up by some other YouTubers, and the momentum will just continue to build. It's a very important thing to be aware of. Mental health and physical health both go hand in hand.
Staying connected, talking to people,
Yeah.
reminding yourself that you're not alone.
So stay well, everybody. Big thank you from us. Really enjoyed sharing our tea with you, and we'll see you again soon.
Cheerio.
Bye bye.
Bye.